All right, so there's my board. All right, and you see red LED and a green LED. I've got 220 ohm resistors in series with it. So these guys right here go to the digital outputs of my Mega. All right, and then the long lead of the LED goes to the resistor, and then the short lead goes to the ground. Okay, so this thing is connected to ground. So what I have done is instead of using these pins right over here, I've used these pins right over here as grounds. So I've used this thing as ground right down there. Okay, and then I've used pin numbers 22 and 26. Right, pin 22 and 26 for my digital outputs. So if you just hold on one moment, I'll execute the program. I'll show it to you, and then I'll go into detail about how I executed the program. All right. All right, there it is. All right. So here's my Arduino thing. All right, doing this thing right now. Not now. All right, so that's the old. So I'm going to remove that, and I'm going to double click this thing, see if it'll bring it up. Open it up. Come on, open it up. If I'm not mistaken, it's the bottom one here. That's the one we want. We'll see. Yep, there it is. So, oh, they're both it. Let me make sure that they are both yep, they're both the same. So, all right. So first thing I do is I set it up for Mega, right? And once I set it up for the Mega at the top, I've got my usual header thing. I've actually defined a red LED as pin 22 and green LED as pin 26. But notice, I don't use a semicolon when I do the define, okay? Then I have the void setup. set up pin mode red as an output, pin mode green as an output. And I also have a serial begin 9600 baud so that I can bring in data, okay, which is like the program that I posted before. That where the program will ask how many times the user wants this thing to blink. I got the void loop right in here. Serial print ln \n that says, hey, put a new line in there. How many times do you want to flash on and off, right? So how many cycles. Now this guy right here, this while thing, it's just there to wait, have the program wait while the user inputs something, all right? Then I'm going to declare the number of cycles that the user will be putting in and the variable I that I'm going to use on my for loop. And I'm going to bring in something from the keyboard. So something from the keyboard comes in here as an integer, okay? And gets assigned to cycles. And then I'm going to print out, serial print. Hey, the number of flashing cycles is, and then I'm going to serial print ln, the number of cycles that was put in by the user. And then I'm going to do a loop for I equals 0 to I less than the number of cycles and increment by 1. I increment by 1. So you can see right here, I'm going to type out blink in the monitor output. And then I'm going to write red, make the red LED high and the green LED low, and then delay 800 milliseconds. Then I'm going to immediately after 800 milliseconds write red LED low and red LED high, and then delay 800 milliseconds. All right, and that'll do that 3 cycles. Now down over here, so it's going to finish blinking there, you know, alternating blinking. And then down here, I set I equals 0 again, reinitialize it. And I'm going to say while I is less than 3, so what I'm going to do is flash both the red and the green 3 times, okay? And you can see the flashing red and green, high, low, okay? And it's going to be delayed by 300 milliseconds, you can see it. And then this is just a wait cycle right in here. This is so that the program really doesn't close and lock up. Now you can use exit 0, but I don't do that. All right. So let's make sure that we can run this. All right. So I'm gonna do that guy right there. Okay. And then upload it. All right. So there it is. All right. I'm gonna clear this because I don't like that. I'm gonna upload it again. There we go. How many times do you want it to flash on and off? And you're going to enter in here. So I'm going to let it flash on and off 3 times. 3 times. Okay. You can see it go blink. And while it's doing that, you can see the colors alternating. And then there's my finished blinking. Okay. That's the output, and that's the program.